Awesome. My face looks terrible. Hi, my name is Nick, my pronoun is not senpai, and I forgot to do a video for today. Basically, it's been a busy couple of weeks. I just got a new job, and it's amazing, but they hired me during their busy season. So basically I work for a leather shop that makes their own leather goods. I work in their shipping department. I'm not talented enough to be making leather goods. And well, this coming weekend is International Mr. Leather being held in Chicago. So obviously the leather shop from San Francisco is of course supporting that and is basically shipping half of their store off to IML. So it's been one hell of a week, because they've been trying to train me. They've been doing their best to train me, as well as get me to help them pack for IML, as well as pack for regular customers, which of course they have a huge influx of because this big leather convention's happening. So, I've been crazy busy. It's basically been, it has been, every single day I've had overtime. Like, it's been anywhere from, today was the least amount of overtime. It was only like 30 minutes, overtime. And, like, yesterday it was something like an hour and a half, and I just mean, time over my scheduled time, which is already full time, so I guess it would be overtime. So, it's been a little crazy, and I forgot to record and edit a video, for today, so what you're gonna get is an update of me just talking straight to the camera, because I literally don't have time for anything else. So I'm working at Mr. S. Leather, right down the street from my old job, at Wiki Grounds, and it's been really good. And if you don't know, Mr. S. Leather is actually a leather shop that is very specifically targeted towards gay men, and so it's also an 18 and over store. They make amazing clothes, neoprene, latex, leather, obviously. But they also have a lot of sex toys, and they're known for that. People know that they have amazing, in-house made leather and clothing and all that good stuff, but they also know that there's a lot of sex toys, and I think my favorite thing was a friend of mine hearing that I got the job and basically being like, "Oh, when do you think you'll see your first dick?" And I just looked at her, I was like, "It's gonna be on the first day." Sure enough, as I'm checking in trays, like there's they give you a tray of the goods that are supposed to be shipped with the invoice in it, and the invoice has all of the items written on it and their codes, their numbers, and you have to check and make sure all those items are in the box and on the receipt. So as I'm checking through the first box, sure enough, there's my first dildo. I think my favorite thing also has been taking clips from the website, because the website is also an 18 and over website, and definitely not safe for work, depending on where you work, obviously. My last job would have been fine, but sending clips of the pictures to friends just to see what their reactions are, because some of the sex toys are much bigger than I expected them to be, and I have been through their their section of like dildos and fake fists and all that stuff, and I don't remember any. I don't remember the ones that were like 16 inches long and about that wide around. Some of them I feel like are bigger than my head. And I didn't really know that was gonna be a thing, but it's a thing, and I already knew it was out there, so it wasn't too surprising, but I just remember looking down on the tray one day and being like, oh, we have those here. Okay. But yeah, every day has been overtime, and my rather wonderful new coworkers have seen what it's like when I'm extremely exhausted and hungry, and I feel bad for the latter part, because my hangry is really bad. Sorry, I keep saying That's my thing. I say a lot. So, my poor coworkers have already experienced me when I'm out of it. And I do this thing where I tend to make weird noises to help myself concentrate. When I've been doing something too repetitive for too long, I've stopped doing the popping noises because I've found that really annoys other people. But when I make, my supervisor calls it the Yoshi noise, where I go, drum, drum. And I just do that over and over again. I didn't do it when I worked in the coffee shop, because I found with jobs where it's already high stress, coworkers get annoyed faster and ask me to stop doing it, so I've stopped doing it in like retail jobs and things like that. But in shipping and things like that, when people constantly have earbuds in, it's not as big of a problem, because there's no customers to pay attention to and the stress is a lot lower. Stress is still high, but dealing with people is a different kind of stress than dealing with things. Because the things don't give you a review. Now, when the customer, obviously, that receives them will give you a review, or talk to you, or excuse me, they'll give you a review, or they'll send an email out, usually with a complaint. People don't tend to send emails when they're happy with things, unless they're really happy with things. But you can choose when to read those. So I feel like it's a different kind of stress, and for me it's lower because I have a harder time dealing with people than I do with dealing with things, and the job is just working out for me very well. You can probably tell because this vlog's energy is way up, and I'm not as worried about being in front of a camera. Still worried about being in front of camera. Don't really. I'm still not used to that yet. Still like it, still not used to it. So it's been a long 2 weeks of trying to get together, training process, and overtime. I think I started a story a few seconds ago, possibly a minute ago, and I can't remember what I was going to talk about. I'm sure I'll remember when I'm going through this video to post it later. I guess I'll have to tell work stories or something later. But yeah, as the job is still fresh, I'm still sending willing participants, obviously. I'll ask them if they want a dick pic, and I'll send them one of the dildos from the store. Not actually send it to them, that shit's expensive. Send them a picture of one of the dildos from the store. Usually the responses are just what or why. Moving on. I should probably cut out that part where I just stuck my fingers in my eyes. That part stays though. I keep saying the job is great, but it is. It's really good for me. I'm just really tired. So there's an eyelash caught somewhere. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. It's gone. Alright. So, little funny story that happened on the first day of work. My coworker stole my jacket to wear without asking me. And I was completely blown away by it. My brain was just like, pfft, I had no idea what was going on. I thought for a second I was being hazed. I thought something else might have happened, because everybody was being very casual about it, except for my supervisor, who looked really uncomfortable with the situation, but I guess didn't say anything because I didn't say anything. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He was just kind of like in disbelief, but was sure I could take care of it if I was uncomfortable with it. So my coworker took my jacket and put it on, and he's checking in the bins, like I had just told you. He's checking in the bins, and I'm standing there trying to think of what to say, to kind of work out exactly what was going on, and two people walk by and compliment the jacket, because it actually fit really well on him. The cut was really good for, honestly, it was just the cut was just really good for him. And he turns to me and he goes, I feel really bad, because our supervisor never gets compliments when he wears this jacket. And I looked at him and I went, well, he's never worn that jacket. And he kind of looks at me for a second, confused. And then I say, because that's my jacket. It's not his jacket. Panic ensues. He had no idea that he had stolen my jacket. He thought he had taken the supervisor's jacket, who had already, loaned it to him several times when he was cold. And I was like, okay, I understand the situation now. Everything is much better. I also think I got a gold star a few times. I mean, I stayed late several times. Almost every day now. But on my second day, everyone else had to scuttle out the door, and we got a surprise wholesale. And if you don't know what a wholesale is, it's basically when you sell the things you make to other stores so that they can sell them. And those are usually fairly big orders. And I was completely out of it. Could barely stay awake. It was basically like, point at something and give me simple directions and I'll do it. Just don't give me too much. I'm so tired. And that's basically what happened. And apparently I did a good job with that. I'm still working on being good at the whole packing thing. It's very different from the last job that I have that was a packing job. I realize I'm just rambling a bit. I hope that's okay. But, yeah. So, the job's going amazing. But obviously it's tiring me out. I mean, I got home and I was like, I know there was something important that I was supposed to do today, because I remembered during lunch, because I was watching a friend's YouTube video, Arikuda, if you're into K-pop, they're a fabulous channel. But as I was having lunch, I had remembered that I didn't record a video, and I hadn't edited a video, and I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and do a sit-down blog, and I'll just talk at the camera for a bit, and it'll be, I got home, sat there for an hour, and I'm like, there's something I need to do, and I can't take off my day clothes yet because I have to do that thing, and I can't remember what it is. I don't know. I can't even remember. I didn't write it down. I should have written it down. I have Todoist for a reason, and I was just struggling with it. And eventually I was like, okay, look, it's time to relax. I got something to eat. I'm starting to feel a little under the weather, and I think it's just stress. So I sat down, or excuse me, I got up and I took off like a few layers and I put on my Fuck It bathrobe. It's the bathrobe I wear when I'm done and I'm just moving around the house. And not 10 minutes ago, I remembered that I needed to record a video, and that's exactly what I had to do. So I threw on a tank top and this sweater to pretend like I cared, so I could record. Because for me, recording a video every Thursday really gives me a personal goal to be able to do every single time, and I do know that there are some friends out there that do actually like seeing my videos up. They do like the content of them, and you know, one or two people is kind of a small fan base, and it's not even a fan base, it's just a friend base. That's where I send my real friends. The fake friends go to the friend zone, and the real friends go to the friend base. So I put on a jacket just to sit down and record, but my entire week has basically been, my entire 2 weeks, last 2 weeks have been me working at the new place, me enjoying it, getting along very well with coworkers. I adore them. They're all hilarious and wonderful. But I've been doing really well lately. Things will calm down. I just need to get used to the flow of work and be fully trained, because it's been a hectic couple of weeks, and everybody's been real patient about it, and there has been copious amounts of coffee, as there does need to be for me to even be awake. That's all I'm gonna say for right now, because I'm already kind of pushing it on time here. It's already been well over 10 minutes, which I was gonna try to keep it to 10 minutes, but this is almost a 20-minute video now. But anyways, if you watch through the entire thing of me rambling at you, thank you. You're lovely. But I gotta go now. So have a good whatever time it is, and don't die on the way home.